Dukes, and welcome to Subjective Thoughts. And our comic for today is 4001 AD, issue 2 by Valiant. Now there is fighting, destruction, explosions, weird technology, and more explosions in this one. So if you are in any way squeamish, you have been warned. Also, spoilers. Alright, here's the team. So, when we left off Ryan issue 1, he was facing the Kimono Protocol of Japan, which is father turning New Japan, the whole floating satellite, into a Kimono dragon. Dragon. It was fucking awesome. Just the way the dragon is, the whole thing, so cool. Yeah, so Ryan was facing father in the Kimono dragon. So we begin this one with a bit of a history of New Japan. It says in the 22nd century, Japan was, ruled by the intelligence called Father, and he was tired of all the wars that were happening on Earth, so he took New Japan and turned it into a satellite that would orbit Earth. And now the other countries were very bothered by it. Now, to be fair, maybe they had a point there, considering what Father does 2,000 years later, but still, who knows? Maybe if they left him alone, Japan would just orbit and Father wouldn't bother with them. Who knows? But yeah, they were threatened by it, so they sent robots. Now, I don't know how they got Man of War robots. That's interesting, because is it a technology that's not from Earth? That was a bit weird. But anyway, they sent robots there, but Father, once again, apparently even then the Kimono Protocol existed, and he destroyed all of them. And so that's it. No one tried again. And he also destroyed all of the dormant weapons on Earth. Basically killing innocent people because they would make villages near these machines without knowing, and they would be doomed. So that's it. For 2,000 years, everything was quiet. Up until now. Now Rai, inside of the Man of War suit, the giant robot, I should say, together with Gilad and Lamor, they fight him. Well, they try to fight him as best they can. Rai's shooting at him with whatever the robot has. But Father, keeps using it. Well, obviously, the whole of Japan, New Japan, is far, far bigger than the Man of War robot suit. But still, he fights. Father tells him, I did you a mercy by casting you down to Earth, Rai. And Rai tells him, well, I'm not here to show you any mercy. They're fighting, but Father keeps... because there's problems with the defenses, he keeps throwing out sectors without even preparing the people. He asks the computer, okay, this sector has this many people, this has this many people, and he said, okay, eject it down to Earth. And it's tells Ryan, look what you're doing. And he tells, I'm not doing anything, Father, it's you. And, I learned from you, if you want to save the body, cut off a limb, or in this case, behead the beast. So he flies into, he sends missiles at him from the robot and all that, but things aren't looking good, and they need to do something. They need to get inside New Japan before Father destroys the Man of War suit. And then... somewhere a bit after that, while they are fighting, let me see when that is. That's such a cool dragon. Let me see, there we go. Yeah, they're fighting. Time to take this beast apart, Rai says. Well, they keep shooting. And he sends the bomb. A bomb inside, and looks like maybe it worked. But then Father puts the Kimono, Japan satellite back together and yells enough. And Rai said, I think we might be in trouble. Okay, then we go briefly to Lola here. She sees that her home, Blackwater Sector 2555, is also being ejected. This is where she grew up. This is where her whole life has been. And the people yelling, no, we can't do this. And she's like, Father has gone crazy. Okay, we go here. Okay, then she sees the X-Men of War robot. And she's like, and then she sees Hope. She sees Rai. And like, Rai, he's alive. Okay. 1 second. All right. Then we go back to Rai and the other two in the Man of War robot suit. They're like, okay, we gotta do something. It won't last so long. So he directs the robot. It flies like inside, I think in the throat or inside inside the mouth of the dragon. Yeah, inside the mouth. And then he gets out of the robot and he says, you two don't have to come with me any further. This is my task, not yours. You don't have to. And he goes, and then Lemur says, Father has sent weapons and destroyed his village, killed all of his friends and killed his family. He has nowhere to go. He only has Rai now. And, if Rai's going to fight and die, then so will he. And Gilad says, he tells him, I've witnessed, history, empires building and falling, I'm paraphrasing, and, turning points and when you start a revolution, and this is one of those times. And so they follow after Rai. They're out of the robot inside the tunnels of the Kimono Dragon. Then we go again to Lola. She's still flying through New Japan. Okay, so the friend she wants to find Grace and the Genomancer. She gave her a name, the Genomancer. I said Grace. The Genomancer, but I already forgot what she named her. But anyway, she flies through. She wants to at least find them. Maybe she can still save them and they'll escape. So she flies, I guess, into where they hid last time. And then she sees the Genomancer. She's like, Geo. And she runs toward her. I'm surprised the Genomancer haven't went into the escape pod. I guess she didn't want to leave without Lola. So Lola's like, Gina, okay, well, where's Grace? And then she tells her, I'm so sorry, Lola. Grace died trying to help me escape. And she's like, no, and where is she? So she takes her to where Grace is killed because as a big piece of the ceiling fell on her. So Lola's there, she sees her body and she's devastated. And she said Lola was her testosterone, her PT, her life friend. Now, okay, here's a little something. In the grand scheme of things, and I'm not, doubting their friendship, but in the grand scheme of things, Lola had Grace for maybe like a month. Sorry. Maybe even less than that. Because all of the children get their PT in the age of 16. So again, Lola didn't have Grace with her that long. She's been my friend my whole life. I just like, when? You got her when you were 16, then this whole hoopla started. But I guess maybe in between here and there, they became friends and all that. Excuse me. Well, they do like tests to make sure they get you like the ultimate companion. So maybe that's why it feels like the whole life. And all their secrets, all their future plans are gone. The friendship they had. So yeah, like father has to pay for this. No, she told him that, no, she said that about the destruction of her sector. And then the Genomancer like sits her down, like, Lola, you have to sit down. We still have to do something. And then she uses her powers to put like a sort of a patch on her damaged eye. To say it'll help it heal. I don't know what's gonna heal there. The eye socket? I'm pretty sure that eye's gone. But yeah, again, the whole thing with, a whole life, again, they bonded really quickly. That's the whole point. Sorry. But still, it felt odd. Because they didn't have that much time together. Anyway. So they gotta do something. And then Lola tells her, I saw Rai. He's alive. And Genomancer's like, really? Yes, he'll help us. He's here. Then we go back to Rai. They're like inside the tunnels. They get somewhere, there's a door. And Rai tells to Lemur, door. Lemur jumps and he says, I don't like doors, and he breaks through it. And they keep going, and to Gilad, this seems a bit too easy. They gotta, why is it so quiet? As they're walking, Lemur says, ooh, shiny cats. I don't like the shiny cats. And then Rai turns around, Lemur, what? And they see a bunch of little mini dragons, like all flooding the Exomen of War robot suit and destroying it, eating it. And they're like, holy shit, they left right on time. And then Gilad said, well, there goes our ride back. And Rai tells him, we were never going back was never an option. Which, yeah, I doubt it. If they wanted to go back, they had to do it a lot earlier. Why didn't they go back? Father's just gonna destroy another village, bastard. So yeah, there's no choice, they just got to fight. And then, Rai goes all serious with his face, pulls out his sword. Lemur, I think, stands with his hammer. And Gilad also pulls out a weapon. And then you got all those mini dragons, like, surrounding them, and three of them speak. One says, hello, Rai. Welcome, to New Japan. And thank you for your sacrifices. And that's it. To be continued. Alright, so first cover. I love this cover. This is cover A, according to my comic shop. But it's so cool. Just look at the composition. You got the Exomen of War robot flying up towards Japan. New Japan. And look, there it is. I hear it looks big, but it's nowhere near as big as New Japan. That's just so cool. And like great colors. Look at that. That's amazing. Beautiful. It's very eye-catching, too. Okay, let me show you the art inside. Forgive my coughing. Still recovering from that. So there you got like the history here of everything. Let me show you a bit more here. That's the same, shows you the history. There you go, there's Rai. And you see there's father in his XI Rai body. I'm just talking to the computer. Look at the dragon. Sorry. Okay. There we go. I'll show you one more. You see, this is how they are inside the robot. And there's the fighting. That is so cool. As always, Mr. Crane's art, fantastic. Although, apparently I was mistaken, someone else did the colors, so my bad. Mr. Crane and whoever did the colors, I'm not gonna remember now. Ah, sorry. My fucking throat again. Oh, 1 moment. Alright, sorry about that, I'm back. Okay, so that was the art. Right, so what a continuation. Now, I do think I expected Rai to really defeat Father with this one robot. Especially with how massive New Japan is. I don't think that would have been a real possibility for him. Really. You know, because again, well, what would he do? Father has a lot more power. And a lot more... Oh, and something Ola mentions, he thinks Rai's finally coming. He's going to get in and try to merge again with New Japan. And Rai tells them when they fight that they need to get inside. You know, this isn't... They need to get this from within. So here we had more fighting. Finally, the Genomancer has been found. And now Rai's inside with Gilad and Lemur. And the question is, will they manage to survive the attack of those dragons? And then what? What is going to happen? So, you know, 2 more issues. How's it going to continue? Well, will he defeat or get close to defeating Father in the next issue? Probably not. Probably issue 4. I mean, the climax obviously was still... And also, where are Momoko and Isaac? There's been no hide or hair of them. Not even a mention. So I wonder where they are. And will they come into play in the story? And will they come out and also fight Father? Because with an army of those alien vampires, I suppose you can do something. So I very much wonder, will they come, you know, appear in the next issue? Finally. What has happened to them? Where are they? And will Rai get finally some more help besides Gilad and Lemur? Because again, just the 3 of them alone, they're going to need a lot more help. And also, is that virus still affecting Father, or has he managed to cure himself? Well, what are they going to do? I'm just trying to imagine. Okay, they obviously need to destroy Father. But what about New Japan? Will they have to also destroy New Japan to destroy Father? That's the main problem here. Because Father is, you know, controls all of New Japan. Once he die, will New Japan fall? Or if Rai takes over, will things be okay? That is the question. I'm still looking forward to finding out. Oh, this is so cool. I can't wait to see what he's going to do in issue 3. But yeah, that's left to be seen. I'm definitely on the edge of my wheelchair. I'm very much looking forward to this. Oh, sorry. Alright, folks, so that is it for issue 2. Let me know what you thought of this one. And remember, collect what you're passionate about and share it on YouTube. Sorry. Bye!